Hey, this is Tanya, but you can call me Nini, and welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be about my personal opinion on season 7. So grab your moonberry juice and your moonberry surprise because we are going to have a talk. Before I start, I want to tell you that I saw the premiere with my friends Nuria and Dana. So it was a crazy time and I had to rewatch the season like 5 times again, so I could analyze everything that was happening. Well, we started the season in a very strong way. Arabos is free, he's going to continue with his plan, and then we have the whole situation of Runan and Ezran, and I think it was intense. I want to say that I totally agree with Ezran's reaction and the actions he took because of it. That kid, because Ezran is a kid, and I think people ignore that. He's going through one of the lowest points of his life at such a young age, and I think the others should see that. I really don't want to get into the brothers theme too much because I'm planning on doing a video about this, but Callum leaving Ezran was kinda strange to me when I first watched the season. Once I rewatched and I analyzed the character, I totally get it. Callum is always doing what he thinks it's right, even if that means leaving his brother to go and help the person he has felt more like himself with. I have no idea if this is making sense. I hope it does. Let's move on to the situation of Janai and Karim, which seems to me to have been handled in an incredible and painful way, because despite everything he has done, they are still family. And seeing Janai's conflict about what she has to do was so interesting, and it was so, like, you could feel the weight that she has on her shoulders of what she has to do. I want to talk about Terry and how bad I felt for him this season. Even if his change of sides was a little bit rushed for me, it feels kinda natural. It's the right thing because he has a good heart. I loved how he created a bond with Ezran and Corvus and Soren. Yes, I'm here for it. Give it to me. Another thing that I loved so much was how he didn't want Claudia to get hurt, because even if they split up, he still worries about her and he wants the best for her because she deserves it. She deserves it. I really don't want to talk about Rayla too much because I want to do a video of her and her character arc. So I'm just gonna focus on episode 4 of this season. We have this situation of her wanting to return to the Silver Grove to be like on Ghost. You know, she can't be a ghost anymore. We still see how she has this guilt of what happened, even if she did the right thing. And I saw a lot of people saying that when she said that she was going to beg to the keeper to return to the Silver Grove, people were saying that was out of character. This is an exercise that I do in acting when I have to understand better a character. And it's just imagine that you are in that situation. What will you do? Rayla has so much pressure because if she fails this, Ethari and Runan are not going to have a home anymore and they just reunited. And it's not fair. And of course, Rayla knows that this is going to be totally her fault, and she already feels like the other Moonshadow elves not returning home, it's because of her. So yeah, she just feels a lot of emotions. She feels overwhelmed, and it's a situation with too much pressure. If you are in a situation like this, it's totally normal to say or do stuff that you never imagined you would do. Something that I love about Rayla is that she's such a warrior, so badass, so confident, but she has her low points as any other person. So showing those low points, showing how you truly feel, is not going to make her less badass, less warrior, less confident. No, it's making her more natural, more like a person, more real. And I love that. I love that. Give it to me. Give it to me. Yeah. Let's move on to Claudia. I know that maybe at some point she saw arabos as a father figure as well as he saw her as a daughter. So that gives more weight to her actions. Also, you have to remember that he is the only person that's left for her. He is the only one who didn't left her. He stayed with her, and of course because of that, she's gonna wait for him to come back again. I didn't see her as a bad person. I see her as a very strong girl who is being manipulated by a grown person who is making her do bad things, but she feels like it's the right thing because of what he has told her. I can say that many people are blaming her when they should be blaming arabos. Speaking of arabos, I don't like him, I'm sorry, but I find him very interesting, so smart and with a good sense of humor. I love that episode where he talks to Ezran, and basically he has won. They didn't stop him. If we get a third arc, I would love to see the dragon finally destroying him, and I really want to know what the key of Arabos does, because the cube was right there and it did nothing. Learning about the mage wars and the orphan queen was like, whoa, wait. So I feel like they should do another show to explain that better, and I feel like they wanted to give us all the info right now at the end. I felt like they should have talked about that in previous seasons. If they show us Erebos and the Orphan Queen's story that they had, I think it will help a lot to me and the rest of the audience to understand the actions that Arabos does in this story that is the Dragon Prince. So learning that in a more deep way and not a mysterious way is going to give more weight to the story and to the characters, especially Arabos. Finally, the closing of this second arc, to me, was a little bit rushed and left unfinished things very open right at the end. And I know this is because we don't have episodes that are longer than half an hour, or we don't have more than 9 episodes, and above all, they want to give us a third arc. There are things that I feel like you should have left open in an implicit way. Harrow being alive, I feel like it would have been better if they showed that in the middle of the season and not 5 minutes before the second arc ended. They left a lot of things open for a third arc, but I'm afraid that if we don't get another season, we're going to get those things solved in books. To me, it was a good season, And I really hope to get that third arc so they can finally finish this in the way that it's supposed to be finished. I don't want things to be left out for the fans. So yeah, keep watching the show, keep asking Netflix for more seasons, and we'll get that perfect ending for the Dragon Prince. I would love to know what you think about this season. So make sure to follow me on my other socials, and see you in the next videos that I hope you really like. Bye!